Not really sure what to expect out of the set, honestly, because I know very little about Xaro, regardless of how many times I said his name last set. I just know he's a good Arcane. He's I think he's beaten Cake online before. CakeAssault is from New Jersey, not Canada.
We can give Canada.
Yeah, we'll give it to him.
Well, isn't that much for doing?
He's New Dolphin Brick. Okay. So a lot of this matchup is just going to be edge guarding. Both sides, it's kind of just what it is. Edge guarding and platform tech chases.
Now, you brought up a couple of times that Arcane is a character that, like, online is different than on LAN. You mentioned how he's like one of the worst LAN characters. Can you expound on like what it is about the character's tools that make him so much better in that environment?
So online, you can, well, that was really smart. A lot of platform check chasing, like I said. But so you've seen the bubble trap, that thing there.
Right, right.
So it's really hard to react to that online. You can't really parry it. But on LAN, you can just kind of run up and parry it. And that covers a lot of different matchups. Also, his recovery is a little bit better online because it's harder to react to side B, it's harder to react to the back air, or the forward air facing away from the stage, so that rockets you to the stage. So it's just a lot of the characters get a little more precise offline, and he gets a little worse.
All right, so to that end, just a lot of his tools being more reactable forces Xaro and other LAN Arcanes to be, I guess, more mix-up heavy.
Absolutely. Yeah, see, exactly like that. That would work online, that kind of thing. That's just, and then see so he had stayed over to that side a little bit more. It might have been a little worse for him, but moving platform. Cake just kind of holding in. I'm not really sure what his game plan is, but I have faith in my boy.
One thing I'm noticing a lot that's fairly different about the Arcane that we have on stream now is just focusing a lot more on like a boxing game. Trying to keep things very close in.
Xaro is very fighty. He will just fight with you in close range. Arcane's jab is really good, and so is his down tilt. And so you can kind of just fight him on the ground. Oh, no. He really just bet it all there.
That's right. It's been a fairly close match, too. And even though this is CakeAssault we're talking about, it's like, this is still a doable match in the grand scheme of things.
Absolutely. Cake gets a little overconfident sometimes. That happens. But, you know, he'll probably just tighten it up and stop going for that kind of stuff. Up cape is RNG if you're on the wrong side of it. That's just how it is. Okay, some great edge guarding here. He's definitely just one wrong DI away from getting killed.
Yeah, this has been a runaway stock in Xaro's favor.
Okay, gets hit by the up special. Unfortunate.
And just like that.
Probably death, yeah.
Even with good DI.
It's hard. That's a really hard move with the DI because it can send you straight up if you DI in. So you kind of have to DI down almost. It's a little awkward.
It's definitely a weird one, but if that last stock was any indicator, Xaro starts getting a feel for how this should go. I think we got a tight set ahead of us.
Absolutely. This is going to be very interesting. It's going to be a close set, hopefully. Also, CakeAssault, recently sponsored. Nevermore. I know very little about them.
From what I understand, Nevermore is a fairly recent org that's trying to get into various FGC games and other Smash-like games.
Yeah, I think do they have Elegant? Is that who it is?
I believe so.
If they have someone. I don't know. But, alright, so Xaro taking him to forest floor.
It's still so weird to me seeing this stage so small.
I love it. This is so much better. It's now a neutral stage. We have a much better stage list than we did 2 years ago.
Like, this is just aesthetic Pokemon Stadium.
Yeah, a little bit. It's definitely just the best version of Pokemon Stadium. Okay. I don't really know what to say about the set other than they're just going to duke it out for the next 7 minutes.
Yeah, like, CakeAssault seems to be going through the motions. He gets his hit, tries to establish smoke, and then just continues to... He wins out all the interactions occurring in the inning, which should become to expected not only of a player of his talent, but also of Forsburn's tools.
Absolutely. Forsburn, his down air, his back air, both just incredible tools. But Xaro's starting to call him out. He's parrying him a lot. He's really just reading his mix-ups, you know? Like, he's prepared.
Like, all of these bouts that are taking place on the ground keep on going in his favor, which I find really weird. That was a hell of a call out.
Yeah.
Yeah, chill with that.
Absolutely. He definitely has to calm down a little bit. But see, these tech chases, I think Arcane has probably the second or third best tech chase game in the entire series right now.
Like, he's definitely got the tools to make it hell for any type of character.
Okay.
Because even in the grand scheme of, like, zoning characters that Rivals offers, like, almost all of, I would just say, all of Orcane's tools are so good at just taking away options.
Absolutely. And, I mean, you just saw it with that down B at the ledge. It made it impossible for Cake to go anywhere, and so he just gets back aired. And he hit only the strong hit, so it was really hard to just get out of. I gotta say, I know Xaro doesn't play offline really that much, but online, he's taken a lot of names. He's beaten a lot of really good players, and so this is an excellent showing for him. I mean, like, Dolphin Brick a little bit, you know?
He's just been doing a good job of making sure that he sets a lot of traps, like, for a closer in space than we typically see from really any type of trapping character.
Absolutely. He's not going for the sort of long-range keep-you-out set play. He's trying to just extend his combos with them, and I think that's really just the more optimal way to play this character. And he had the up B all the way across the stage. It's just impossible to cover that as Forsburn, but okay. Yeah, gets him.
Oh!
That's, I think, like the 6th down air he parried in that game. So it's a little rough.
But one thing I especially like about what Xaro's trying to do to check CakeAssault's movement is we constantly see just like a little bit of step and then a downside.
Yeah.
Or like jab. Like he's doing little things just to interrupt CakeAssault. And when you keep a player like that from building up the momentum, it's really hard because it's just stuttering along. And Forsman's not the kind of character that can establish stage control stuttering along.
No, he definitely needs to be into his own little groove. He has to have you off stage. He has to have stage control kind of almost already before he can put the foundation down and, you know, set up shop.
To add to that, like, I've noticed Xaro's like completely undeterred by the double ganger. Like, the double comes out, and he swings at both of them.
Yeah,
like, that last up smash got both, on both sides.
I think he's very aware of which cloud, you know, or which one is the clone. He knows what's going on. Okay, so this is one of Cake's favorite stages. I think this might actually be his favorite stage. I mean, I know he typically does well on it, but Xaro with no, okay, he gets all of his options back.
Yeah, this is not a fun start for Xaro by any means.
A quick little 0 to death. I think Cake is done playing around.
Yeah, I think after that showing, it's time to remind people that he is the best.
Yeah, he's definitely out here trying to make sure people are aware of what's going on. But you know what? Xaro taking a game. Like, that's still even a big deal.
And that game, too, was in pretty convincing fashion. Like, out the gate, Xaro established, like, that was his.
That game didn't feel close at all, really. So, see, Cake, I don't know if you saw there, he jumped and then fast fell and then jumped again to bait out the parry so that he could set Xaro up. He's trying to mix him up a lot better than he was previously, which is why he got so many parries last game. That down tilt hit really high.
Yeah, it seems like a deceptively large hitbox, which is working really well for Xaro, but like now a lot of the strings that CakeAssault is going for seems to be bringing things like a lot closer to the plats, and naturally it's bringing our battle into the sky where there's a lot less room for Arcane to establish control of his tools.
Absolutely. Ooh, that was an amazing down smash. That hit all the way out there. His knowledge of Arcane's hitboxes is definitely coming into play here. So recently, that up tilt got a little buff. It's a little bigger than it was previously. I think Xaro's out here trying to show him that, you know, he's no pushover either.
Oh, hold on, gets the check. All right.
Okay.
Playing from the outside in, I think, is also a really interesting decision from Xaro. Now that he's got his bearings in the match.
Yeah, he doesn't really need stage control if he can just hit you. Okay. Keep going for the up smash. Up strong, whatever. Doesn't matter. Oh, okay. Soft bear into strong bear. Good.
Strange combo, but it worked.
I mean, that's a classic. That's definitely a classic. You DI in on that sour spot because you're worried about getting hit by the strong hit. Just get hit by the strong hit. So yeah, I mean, I wonder what kind of stage we're going to see out of Xaro. I mean, he was banning Tempest and a few other stages that I think might be good for him in this matchup. But, all right, so we do have DSR on because we have 14 stages or whatever, and so it'd be impossible to not have DSR on. 3 bans DSR. So it's going to be interesting to see what Cake's third ban is. 'Cause I don't know what he's trying to avoid.
Fortress, all right.
I guess any stages with like a lot of
space that's easy for Arcane to
yeah,
cover.
where he can just tech chase him over and over again. It's, I mean, I definitely could see this going to game 5. Absolutely. I don't know.
I feel like the changes that CakeAssault made in his approach to this matchup I could see him denying the game 5, but only if he stays consistent with his game plan, because he's doing a good job of staying on top of Xaro, but not committing to how he wants to start the combo. He's waiting to punish him out.
Absolutely, yeah. Sometimes he has this problem where he kind of commits to an option cross stage, and Xaro just covers that so immediately. But Cake is taking this first stock. I mean, it's a little convincing. He's at 80 now, 92. Xaro can definitely just clean this up very quickly.
Like, Cake might be taking the damage, but he's winning out in the trades overall because he's either got plenty of smoke on the field, he had the stock lead.
If he had DI'd that a little better, Xaro would have covered the additional option that presented him, so it would have been fine. Some unconventional combos coming out of Cake right now. But
such is the nature of platform fighters, though. You think on the fly it covers the option, still works, doesn't really matter how true it is.
Absolutely. Xaro does this thing where he approaches with the water droplet as well, so if it gets parried, he can't really... They're invincible, but you know he can react and get away. He's not in parry stun, so it's a lot better for him.
Oh, that was cute.
Yeah, quick little damage here. Does not drop through the platform, unfortunately. He looks like he was trying to nair him. Okay. So, possibly, you know, the winner side stock for Xaro here. Oh, okay. He goes for some crazy options. Yeah, he's doing a really great job of mixing up Cake's approaches by just shooting him with that neutral punch.
He's just ready for everything at this point.
Absolutely. So, Forsburn has some tech that he's got. Oh, this is close. He can definitely just 0 to death them. I mean, it's happened a couple times, very close to 0 to death. So, I mean, it's definitely not out of the realm of possibility. But
as far as percentages are concerned, though, we're definitely in the just don't get hit realm of things.
Absolutely. It's just one parry away.
There it is.
Oh, misses with that dash attack.
Oh, it seems like the nerves might be getting to him in this fight. There's a lot more dash attacks we saw at all during the set.
Absolutely. Oh, Cake misses the edge guard, so, I mean...
Droplets down, tries for the parry, does not get it. The Warriors just hit
throwing out the down smash, he would have made it. Let's see how this... Oh! Clone pop back air. The classic.
Super close, but it's going to be a 3-1 count in CakeAssault's favor.
That was the tried and true. That worked out very well for him.
You see, that's what I was talking about.